Hi, scholars! Today we are going to continue reading our non-fiction informational text about brown bears. Remember, we just started learning about non-fiction yesterday. Non-fiction means that it is real and it tells about facts. And in an informational text that is non-fiction, it is telling us, you guessed it, information about a topic. So, this is what we call an informational nonfiction text, and the topic that it's telling us about is brown bears. Now, if you remember, we started reading this book yesterday. So we're going to continue reading and learning more information about brown bears today. I'm so excited to start chapter 2, and I want you to think about what facts that you're learning from this chapter. All right, let's get started. Chapter 2, Finding Food. Oh, I wonder what I'm going to learn about in this chapter. I read that the title of the chapter is Finding Food. So, I think that I'm going to find out the different types of foods that brown bears, eat. I'm thinking they might eat plants or maybe other smaller animals. Let's read to find out the facts of what brown bears eat. Brownies are omnivores. Omnivores eat both plants and animals. In spring, brownies eat mostly plants. They dig up roots. They eat grasses. They eat sedge. Sedge is a kind of plant that grows in meadows. I have learned on this page alone that brown bears eat plants and animals. That means that they're called an omnivore. There is also some information I heard about when I was reading that was about how animals or how brownies get their food. They said that they dig up roots and that they eat sedge. I had never heard about sedge before, and they told us right here what it means. Sedge is a kind of plant that grows in meadows. Brownies are also predators. Predators hunt and eat other animals. Brownies hunt and eat squirrels and young moose. Remember, scholars, what type of text is this? You got it, nonfiction. And what makes you think that? Think, what makes something a nonfiction text? A nonfiction text has to have facts and talk about real events or real things that we have. All right, good job following along, scholars. Just a little bit left. Some brownies hunt for clams on the seashore. Clams live in the sand. To find clams, brownies dig big holes in the sand. The holes are deep and round, like popcorn bowls. Clams have hard shells. When a brownie finds a clam, the bear uses its claws to open up the shell. Then the bear licks out the clam. Ooh, scholars, what does the information in the text tell us about brown bears on this page? I want you to put your turtle up and think to yourself, what information did we learn on this page? All right, back down. If you said anything about that a brown bear eat clams or how a brown bear opens up the clams with their claws, you got it. Let's keep reading. Ooh, we have some photographs here. Remember, they use real pictures in a nonfiction text because it's about real life things. So these show some bears going into the water and eating maybe some animals. Let's read the caption to figure out what they're doing in these photographs. A brownie uses its claws to open a clam's hard shell. Then the brownie licks the clam out of the shell. Ooh, so we can see some real life pictures of those bears doing that. Sometimes brownies eat carcasses. A carcass is the body of a dead animal. Brownies eat moose and deer carcasses. They eat whale and seal carcasses that have washed up on the beaches. As brownies look for food, they travel in a big area. This area is called a home range. The bears make miles of winding trails through their home range. Brownies mostly stay away from each other, but many brownies may share a home range. A brownie's home range is huge. Brownies can share a home range and still stay apart. All right, scholars, I'm going to test you again. What is a non-fiction text? You're thinking. A non-fiction text shares facts or things about real events. If you said that, you got it right. All right, scholars, that finishes chapter 2. So now, I want you to think, like I said in the beginning of this video, of something that you learned in this chapter. I'm going to think of something too, and I'll share it with you. But first, I'm going to think about all of the facts that I learned in this non-fiction informational text. Something that I learned and I didn't know before about brown bears is that they go into the water to get their food sometimes. I thought that brown bears always stayed on land, but it turns out that they go in the water, and who remembers what they hunt for in the water? If you said clams, you got it. They go in and they open the clams with their feet, with their heads. No, they open it with their claws. That's something I did not know before. So now I want you to share out, or maybe share with a brother or sister or auntie or uncle or grandma or your parents about something that you learned from this second chapter of Brown Bears. All right, scholars, when you share that, know that I'm super proud of you guys for learning about this non-fiction text. And we're going to read our last chapter from Brown Bears tomorrow. Looking forward to it.